Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. And in this reaction video, I am going to play you some clips that's going to hopefully help some of the black women out there understand whether or not they are an asset or if they are a liability to a man. A man does not need a woman who is a liability. A man does not need a woman that will only leech off of him and always cause him problems and always stress him the hell out. So I'm going to play some clips from both men and women alike that will discuss this issue, and you come to your own conclusion. It's an educational video to teach you about assets and liabilities, and I'm using all of these clips out of fair use. Now let's go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second as I pull it up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it.
Guys, this is something you have to catch. She is either an asset or she's a liability. If she's an asset, then these are the type of things that she'll do. She will support your goals and your dreams. She will pray for you. She will check on your mental state.
I want to, now some of you may be atheists, that's up to you, but I want to say this is very important in my most humble opinion, that a woman does have a walk with God or has a walk with a higher power that will regulate her behavior and make her behavior that of a moral woman, a woman who is righteous, a woman who, see, if you have that type of mentality inside of a woman, the chances of her violating your trust is slimmer if she really follows with the beliefs, not the ones that just show up as hypocrites. I'm talking about women who actually are die hard in a religious belief that teaches to treat everyone fairly and to honor their men. Let's keep going.
She will create an environment of peace so that way you can rejuvenate properly. She will prepare your favorite meals, and if she doesn't know how to cook them, she will learn how to cook them. She will buy you random gifts, and it's not just for Father's Day, your birthday, Christmas, or Valentine's Day. She will care about what matters to you, whether that's your hobbies, whether that's your family, whether that's your children. She will pay attention to your overall health, and she will also admire you. She will appreciate you, and she will do so in deed, in verbalization, and in action. Have a good day.
In 50 seconds of that clip, she said a whole lot. And one of the biggest things is admiration, respect, actually caring about what a man is caring about. Like if you have a hobby or an activity, some women would like to join you in that. You know what I mean? Just to do things that you like to do. But the main word that fits this is performance. You need a woman who is going to perform for you. It's like hiring a person for a job that you want to work with you. You got to understand, gentlemen, your life is a business. Marriage is a business. Everything you do is a business because everything you're doing involves giving and taking, sacrifice and earning. It's a business. So you hiring a woman, so to speak, into your life. And you want to hire the best woman that fits the best position in your life, a woman that you can trust, a woman that you can put in a supervisory position over certain things underneath delegated once you delegate authority to her, because you will have the lead, you will be the main authority, but you want to be able to delegate authority to the woman that you trust. So if she does not perform right, you don't need that woman. Now I'm going to show you some things that makes a woman a liability to most men. Ladies, I hope you pay attention to this, because the lady just spoke about, the other lady talked about assets. Now let's go into the liabilities.
You disrespect me all the time.
Common ways that men say they feel disrespected by their wives: more loyal to others than to him. She may be
Okay, that's what I want to hit first. One of the main reasons that a man says that a woman disrespects him is the fact that she is more loyal to other people than she is to her man. What do I mean? You got some women that worship the preacher, the pastor, and the pastor might be already married. The pastor might be knocking off and smashing your wife, but some women will elevate the preacher, the bad preachers, into a position of where he is more important to her than the husband. She knows everything about what the preacher is doing, what's going on at the church house. And I'm not knocking churches. I'm not just using it as an example, as an analogy. But she'll do more things for other people, smile in their face. When she around other people, she seems so nice, so sweet, so pleasant. But then when she come back home to you, y'all argue, she treats you bad, she talk to you like you ain't shit. Women do have that bad habit. If a woman acts like that, if she treats other people better than you and you are in that relationship with her, she is a liability. She is not good for you. Let's keep going.
their wives more loyal to others than to him. She maybe argues or pouts if she doesn't get her way, doesn't stay in the limits of the budget. Here's a big one, ladies. She corrects him or interrupts or talks over him when he's...
That's a big one. I can't stand a woman who don't know how to shut her damn mouth. Women, I don't know where you get this from. I don't know if you got it from your mama, but you're not supposed to interrupt conversations that are going. You're not supposed, especially if it's your man. If your man is trying to talk, you don't interrupt him. You let him finish his point of view. You let him finish his thought. You cannot let that man start a conversation that, or should I say, you cannot let that man begin to speak on something that you're asking about, and then you cut him off halfway. He never gets to express himself, and then he gets frustrated. He gets upset because he feels like he can't be heard. Like you are totally domineering in the conversation. You are dominating the conversation. You are a loud mouth. You are a big mouth. We don't like women like that. We cannot communicate with hoes like that. We don't like women like that. Stop interrupting us. Stop trying to correct us, especially in public, in front of other people. No man wants to feel as if his woman can come in at any time and correct him in front of his male peers. That's between them. You don't have to be in on everything that your husband or man are doing. If your man is chilling with say for example, he had his apartment. His friends come over. That does not mean that you come in there and sit in the middle so you can hear what they're talking about and so that you can give your 2 cents. That's his homies. That ain't yours. Men don't do that. Men don't see you with your girls and want to go sit in with them and sit in with you and go to the bar with you and go to brunch with you and your girls. Men don't want to do no shit like that, but women want to do that because they nosy. When a woman does that, she is self-controlling. I mean, not self-control, but she's trying to control that man. She's possessive. That is a liability. Ditch that woman.
Interrupts or talks over him when he's trying to share something when others are around. Ladies, just let him talk. He knows what he wants to say. She manipulates him to get her way. Sometimes she makes important decisions without consulting him. And here's one of the biggest ones I hear from men. She questions his decisions instead of just choosing to trust him. Now, ladies, I'm not saying that there aren't plenty of things that men do that make women feel unloved or unheard. But it is important for us as wives to be introspective and to ask ourselves, do I do any of these things? Are there things that I am doing that make my husband feel disrespected? And if these are the common ones that men are talking about, listen to them, ask your husband, and see if there's a way that you can grow.
Now, I want to explain when she said not trusting his decisions. That's not meaning that she don't trust him when it comes to infidelity and monogamy. That's not what that means. That means that she doesn't trust his judgment. If you got a woman that always second guesses your decision, always want to, tell you what to do with the money and stuff like that. Of course, you might have a hard time budgeting your money. I get that, but you got to learn. But if a woman is questioning everything you do, don't go left, don't go right, I think that's a bad decision. That means she doesn't trust your judgment. She doesn't believe that you can lead her. That's what that means. If you got a woman like that, she is a liability. Get rid of her as well. Women, if you are doing any of these things that you see on these clips today, you are a liability. You are not an asset to a man. Just because you baby trapped him or he's with you for years and y'all still together, he might just be too damn weak to get away from you. But if something come along that's better, that can get his heart, he's going to dump you if she's an asset. Women, you are supposed to be a helpmeet. In other words, an asset. A helpmeet is not a liability. A helpmeet is not someone who always asks for damn money, hand out begging, wanting a purse, want some shoes, want to go to the most expensive restaurants. An asset is not someone who complains when a man is trying to take them somewhere or do something for them. An asset is not someone that keeps their children away from their fathers because they're mad. That's not an asset. That's a liability. And a liability is a mentality. You will not change from being a liability in a man's life. I don't care what man you got, because women who are liabilities and are not assets are selfish, self-entitled women. They have no humility whatsoever. They have bad attitudes. They have foul mouths. No man wants a woman like that. Anytime your woman goes someplace and she acts a fool, she's representing the man that she's with. She is nothing more than a liability. Let's keep going.
The person who you share your space with, the person who you in bed with, the person who you spending your time with, the person who you are invested in is huge. I don't want to say they are the reason, but they are a large contributing factor of whether you make it or not. I have a saying that I say, the quality of a man's life is directly dictated by the women he chooses to entertain. If you have a woman who's not supportive, it's going to be a ceiling. Guys always hit me up. It's like, man, I'm with this woman. I just can't, like it seems like I can never come up. I can never, reach my full potential. I always keep reaching the ceiling. I can never unleash my full potential. It's the woman you went who she's the ceiling. You understand? Because she's not supporting you. And instead of supporting you, she's basically.
And that's true. If you entertain the wrong type of woman, gentlemen, you never go far in life at all. Period. Women have brought down countries. Women have brought down humanity. Look at Eve and Adam. Everything, the first sin on earth started with a woman, right? From a woman, the whole world has been going down ever since. If the woman did not sin, and I'm not trying to be religious, we probably have a perfect world right now. There's a lot of blame that you put on a woman's shoulders right now. So, gentlemen, if you're dealing with these type of women, understand that a woman can take you down. Some women have the ability to bring violence out of a man, and he could be a good man. Some women have the ability to bring frustration and depression out of a man. Women have a lot more power than you want to give them, but you have to give women the credit, gentlemen, about the abilities that they have, or you're going to be blindsided for these women. Women can make you depressed, angry. They can make you have murderous thoughts. It can make you stalk people. A woman can make you, these are weaker men, of course, men who have not learned how to control themselves, but there's more men who do not know how to control themselves than there are men who do. So you have to be cautious about the women you deal with. Women will keep you from your purpose, man. You keep chasing dresses instead of goals, you'll never go anywhere. Keep chasing skirts instead of trying to chase achievements. Excuse me. Let's keep going.
Understand? Because she's not supporting you. And instead of supporting you, she's basically sabotaging you. When you let these women go from your life, you realize you take off. I'm not saying that you need women to be successful, because you don't. You don't need women to support you to be successful. And don't think that women won't be with you and be jealous of you, jealous of your success, jealous of your accomplishments, jealous because you're getting the attention and the money and the fame, or jealous because you have a purpose, jealous that you're doing something. Don't think that there's not miserable women out here like this.
I'm going to tell you something. I've been in a relationship with a woman who was jealous of me because everything I was doing was turning to gold, and her shit was going to shit because it wasn't because she wasn't trying, but she was failing in every damn thing. You know, women will be jealous of you while they are in the relationship with you. I'm talking about your wife, your girlfriend, your fiance, and especially if y'all break up. If you didn't go down like they wanted you to just fall apart after the breakup, and they see you doing well, they sure as hell get jealous of you, gentlemen.
If you notice you hitting the ceiling in your life, look at your partner, bro.
Covering some good information today. Trying to help the younger generation, older men too, but the younger generation really need to hear this. Y'all gentlemen, young men need to know what a liability is and what an asset is when it comes to relationships. We don't ever take it that far. We don't ever think that far ahead. We just know that she's sexy. She look good. She give us some good head. She got some good coochie and stuff. She fly. That don't mean shit in the big scheme of things, man. You need a woman that's going to be an asset, someone that can add to. So when you meet a woman and you ask her what she brings to the table, like we see on these online, and they say, I don't got to bring nothing. I'm just pretty. Run. She's a liability. A woman is supposed to provide and add value. God made it so. When he said, like, she's going to be a helpmeet, that means a helpmeet has the ability to help, which means she has the ability to add to your relationship. If she does not want to do that, she's of the devil. Period.
All right, y'all. Real quick. 11 signs she's a liability, not an asset. Let's get into it, family. Number 1, needy and extremely jealous. Number 2, overly concerned about looks. Number 3, poor character. Number 4, she liked to play games. Number 5, she had.
Before we get to that playing games, that mental game, that's a liability. Any woman that wants to play mental games, mind games with somebody, try to make you feel jealous, anything like that, that's a liability. That's someone you don't need to be around. Someone who take hours to text you back, take hours to call you back, flake on dates, stand you up, act as if she don't have too much interest in you, and that's a liability. If you got a woman that you just met and you call her, and as soon as you call her, she said, text me instead of her calling you back, that's a liability. You don't deal with women like that. Any woman with a loud ass mouth, disrespectful, and don't know how to shut the hell up, that's a liability. You can't bring these type of women around men who make money if you're trying to do a business deal. For example, Jay-Z can bring Beyonce around a bunch of millionaires and there won't be any friction there. Everybody be, oh, it's Beyonce. And Beyonce most likely going to carry herself as a businesswoman, a lady man. Even though she's not doing business, Jay-Z may be doing the business right then, but she's going to carry herself as a businesswoman, someone who know how to shut the hell up and don't interrupt her man. If you are like this and you interrupt your man, you're a liability.
Number 5, she has difficulty managing her emotions. Number 6, constantly seeks attention and needs validation and approval from others. Number 7, lazy and materialistic.
Think about that. If you lazy and materialistic, that means that you're going to want stuff that you're not going to work for. And once you get those things that you didn't work for, you're going to be very unappreciative of that. That's a woman who is a liability.
Materialistic. Number 8, overly controlling. Number 9, she has a bad reputation. Now, I'm not saying people can't be redeemed, but I am saying that it would be unwise to not pay attention to past behavior and past behavior patterns. Number 10, constantly putting other women down, finding something wrong with them to make herself look better. Number 11, doesn't have a real concrete plan for her life.
That's some deep stuff she just said. Like, I'll play one more for you before we get out of here. Trying to give y'all a whole bunch of information, man, for those who want to know how you could tell what is an asset or a liability when it comes to women. Gentlemen, you have to start thinking in those terms. You have to start thinking as a businessman when you start dealing with women. You cannot only just be led by your diggling and lust and sexual desire, unless that's what you're trying to do. If you're just trying to hit it and beat and get on, cool. But even then, I got old enough to where I don't even do that unless I think she can bring something to me. I'm not finna sleep with a broad that ain't gonna bring me something on the way home. I'm not gonna sleep with a broad that ain't gonna buy me something, bring me something back, bring me a bottle of scotch, bring me a Coca-Cola. She has to perform. There has to be performance of some sorts with the woman that I dropped this magical penis in. That's the only way it's gonna be. But you need to start focusing on women that can benefit your lives. Because I know there's a lot of men out there who are sleeping with women who are not benefiting them. All they're doing are being liabilities, stressing them out, screaming at them, playing mind games. All that does, gentlemen, is make you stress and make you frustrated and make you want to give up sometime on certain things and certain people. Don't put yourself in that situation. Let me play this for you.
Set for a fucking liability. Now, of course, this also has something to do on your part too as a man. Like, you have to make a woman an asset to your life, but a woman has to have the ability to be able to listen and take direction. Because if she doesn't have that ability and she's in her masculine and she don't listen to men and she's feminist, then it ain't no fucking point of her even being in your life but to make you.
Think about it. A woman has to first be able to listen, to be an asset and not a liability. If you have a hard-headed, long-haired mule of a woman and she doesn't take direction, if she doesn't take correction, and correction is nothing more but direction, if she won't listen, she is a liability. If you cannot tell her, don't put this on, that's a liability of a woman. If you tell her, baby, won't you cook sometime around the house, she's a liability. If you tell her, baby, you need to clean up sometime, she's a liability. If she's gossiping all the time about everybody else, she's a liability. If she doesn't do what you want her to do in the bedroom, she's a liability. Depending on what that is, whatever y'all beliefs are, I don't know. But if she doesn't want to uplift and edify you, she's a liability. If she knows more about what's going on with reality television than she does her children, she's a liability. If she has more than one baby daddy, 2 baby daddies, 3 baby daddies, she's a liability. Just saying. If she's overweight, she's a liability.
Fucking life, a miserable, a hell, drama, and a piece of shit life. Like, for an example, I got girls who wake up every morning to pray for me, to magnetize the things that I want in my life. And if they are helping me, like if I see the things magnetizing, or if I see the things manifesting to my life that I have them manifesting for me, then I know that this woman is a fucking asset to my life.
Yes. Talking about assets. We're talking about assets and liabilities. You tell me what you think about this. I hope this helps somebody out there. Try to give y'all as many points as I could today. Talk to you later. Have a good one.